everyone. Your week 4 champion is here. I'm number 1 after taking out the big bad Drew. And the thing is, I said his name and I just see his name pop up on the side there. He might join in to listen. But yep, guys, tonight we are missing a piece of the podcast here. Dan is lost up in Canada somewhere. I think he really took his loss hard this week and just wanted to get away from it all, and so he ran all the way to Canada. I don't know where the hell he's at, so I'm just gonna pop open the tool shed here by myself. Where's the damn keys at? I don't know there. What the hell? The lock's already unlocked. It's unlocked. There's somebody in there. What? I can hear something rustling around. I said rustling around.
Hey, yo.
Whoa.
Who was there?
Hey, Anthony, what the hell, man? How'd you get in the tool shed?
I just cracked the lock. I was looking for some tools, and I think I found some. I pull up trading card pictures of Dan Blau when he was franchise Blau.
Oh yeah. You found some. Did you find some in here? Oh man.
I don't know why you kept them in the tool shed, but
yeah, those were for secret viewing.
Yeah, God. They're valuable, but they are.
They are. They will be soon, you know. I might have to send them off to PSA to get them graded. So I'm gonna crack open a drink here to keep myself lubricated for the night. It's Wednesday night, 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
I'm having a Voodoo Ranger Tropic
Are
Force.
You?
It's not very good though. I don't like it. But it's what I had in the fridge. So
it sounded like you were very proud. I mean, it is, yeah. It could really knock your socks off if it wasn't
well, it will, because it's 9.5%.
Oh God.
In one can. So usually by the end of the night I'm not lightweight, but I could probably have like one of these and feel pretty good.
I can have one of these, what I have in my hand, and feel pretty good. That's
a
LaCroix lime. I figured since Dan's in
he's in the French part of Canada, right?
Yeah, he's in the French Canadian Quebec. I got the LaCroix.
LaCroix.
And it's gonna knock my socks off.
He was texting us tonight, and he said, guys, I don't know any French. And so I obviously, first thing I could only think of is just say omelette du fromage, and then you literally followed it up with the omelette du fromage Dexter's Laboratory picture, and it was like perfect. We were on the same wavelength,
That was the only French I knew in 8th grade, or whenever I was watching Dexter's Lab before school started. Omelette du fromage.
Fromage. See? You do learn things from cartoons.
And then Dan, I don't know if he got this from Dexter's Lab. He got a phrase. Now don't I'm trying not to butcher the pronunciation, but puis je mette mon pénis dans ton vagin.
Oh.
And I don't know.
Oh man.
I don't know if that was something that Bridget taught him or if someone else taught him. But it's pretty highbrow.
Maybe, he said he was 9 drinks in. Maybe somebody taught him how to say that, just from...
Yeah. I reading it, I might have some idea of what it means, but if there are any French speakers in the tool shed, I'm sure they'll correct me and see what Dan's new phrase means.
Yeah.
It sounds like a compliment.
Well, I'll tell you what, I did learn something else today that does relate to our tool shed here. I was looking at the matchup of the week last week, and it was Jimmy versus Tony. Jimmy's Zegema Beach versus Tony's who decided to do a play on Zegama, but he went Zmegama Beach, which is pretty funny by itself. It's just a funny word, but I knew it was a play on something, and I don't know. Do you know
N-
where I'm going with this? You don't? Do you?
yeah, I mean, if for Tony's team name, I have an
Yeah.
idea.
Uh-huh.
I took health class freshman year of high school.
Oh
I think
man. Oh, to learn that word in high school, man, that is
yeah.
peak hilarity, for high school kids. It's a play on the word smegma, which which I have the definition pulled up here.
Okay.
Smegma is a natural, harmless, and odoriferous substance that
Odoriferous.
different.
Mm.
That's a big word for somebody who's been drinking.
Yeah.
Substance that builds up in the genital area of both male and female mammals,
Uh,
which we are.
mammals.
Yeah, all man. It's just not. You don't have to be
That's a
just
pretty
humans.
broad.
It's
Yeah,
for
yeah.
everybody, every mammals. If you are a milk producer somehow,
Well, that
so
that's see, I didn't learn that in ninth grade. I learned that in 36-year-old grade, whatever this is right now. That's it.
yeah, that's
Thanks
probably
for
what that
thanks
is.
for thanks for bringing
I hope
bringing some
everybody learned
context.
something new today. Then,
Now what
yes.
and maybe you can enlighten me. I have no problem admitting I don't know what I'm talking about. What's
Hmm.
Jimmy's team referencing? Zegma, is that
Zegama Beach. All right. Do you remember the movie Starship Troopers?
yeah,
Okay, so before
an
the main
honest
character goes off to war, he's just graduated from the high school and all that, and he's like telling his parents, "Hey guys, I'm gonna go off and fight, the bugs." But his dad's like trying to like change his mind about it, and yeah, I'm sure Jimmy will, once he listens to this, might correct me in certain areas about this, but I'm pretty sure what happens is the character's dad's like, "Hey, how about this? Instead of you doing this, I got us all tickets to go to like this premiere planet." And it's like I got 2 tickets to Zegma Beach. And it's like, you gotta look up the GIF because the facial thing that he makes, it's like just Zegma Beach. It's
Oh,
just hilarious.
and Rico is like, "Come on, Dad."
Yeah. Yes, yes, exactly. No, man,
Okay.
I want to fight the bugs,
Yeah,
Yeah,
the bug
so
menace.
yeah, yeah, that.
Well, Jimmy definitely acted like a menace this week.
Oh man, yeah, he definitely did. So much that uh, he got his own write up in the Toolshed app. I don't know. Do you have it pulled up? You want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
read it?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All right. For the matchup of the week, Zegama Beach could do no wrong, besting
Mm-mm.
Smegma Beach by 73.5 points. Someone has to overproduce in a week like this, and this time it was the fucking 49ers D with 27
Ugh,
points.
oh man!
Ridiculous. I wonder who
Wow!
will step up when Zegama Beach takes on Wade Boggs style. Ooh, the bullseye is
Oh,
untrue.
man! He is just getting shit on for like people to go up against.
I
Oh man,
know,
this
right?
is
And it's
tough.
tough Steelers like schedule.
It is. Well, we'll
Um,
see if he can persevere, but
yeah, but yeah. So
yeah,
props to Jimmy.
good. Yeah, good on you. I will say that I feel like Tony won the name war though, this week at least. I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
enjoy this the Magma Beach.
for sure. I
So
think Jimmy got it. Would concede that too. Can't deny it.
yeah. Well, so along with the 49ers having a freaking awesome defensive week, we actually have the top scoring players, the top five, and as you would assume, the majority of them are quarterbacks, but there's actually one running back in the middle of that. But uh, Craig for the old Musket had the top scoring player, which was Jordan Love, the Green Bay quarterback, and
Oh
he
yeah.
yeah, he did pretty good. 43.1 points. Good for him, man. Good for
That
him.
that first half was real slow, and he probably took that to heart. But like, it's a rivalry game, and it's his first day back from working that. Was it a sprain? Like just trying to
Yeah, yeah, he was
rest his ankle or something.
I'm sure Green Bay's glad to have him back.
Yeah, even though they got the L.
They did,
Um,
and kind of just like Justin Fields, number two, try and make the comeback on Sunday and just couldn't get it done. Too many errors early on. Just,
yeah,
but he did come away with 40.1 points. Holy shit.
yeah, and like, as a Steelers fan, seeing the
Hmm.
preseason, living
Yeah.
our lives we have for the past like 4 odd years,
Hmm.
it just feels unnatural to draft or start a quarterback for our team. And after looking
It
at
did.
the Justin Fields stat line for just this season, um,
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, with these 43 points, wild. Last week, 25 points, almost 26, wild. And then just
It
like a
is.
like a like an almost 15-point game against Denver, which is he hasn't dipped under double digits. Lowest points was 13, and I think half the people in the league would like lock in the 13 points for a quarterback as like a safety. So like it
Yeah.
is he's and
Is
with
he
his
is he
yeah, it was
still on the waiver wire too? Like, or did somebody pick him up?
no. Well, yeah, I someone picked him up. It was who's Team Ouch. Who the hell's Team Ouch?
Mm,
I wish they had.
is that I'll tell you. That's Trevin.
Okay, Trevin,
Trevin picked
on
him up.
Tuesday.
Yeah, off the waiver wires, I
Yes,
see. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, because he was a free agent last week.
he is a
So
free agent as of I think the graphics that you picked up. I mean, we'll go through the
yeah.
rest of these points, but I think that there's another graphic that ESPN gives us where it lists like the top like waiver scorers just to like, hey, like these
Yep.
guys are up. Um, it is also crazy to see Justin Fields. The I honestly, and this is I'm just beholden to the percent rostered whenever I'm looking at people on the waiver wire.
Yeah,
Like, oh
yeah.
well, like does the rest of the world trust us, or like does the rest of the world trust this guy?
Yeah.
And Justin Fields, that percentage, 63% of the leagues have him rostered. That's up 39% from last
Jeez.
week. So like
Yeah.
that means everyone saw the indie game, and I was like, oh, what do we do in
Yeah.
starting? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Blau just texted us. I don't know. I think
Yo,
he's still
guys.
drunk.
Oh no. Oh god. Actually at this point, if he can like actually form sentences by the time he signs on, if he does,
Yeah. Oh,
it'd be
it's
quite
gonna be
quite the
just like
story.
Blau making noises the whole time. I'm gonna do fromage. But
Yeah.
yeah.
All
All right.
right.
Well,
Good
hey,
luck, Blau.
yeah, yeah. The next top scoring player is not a quarterback. It was Derrick Henry for Baltimore. Holy crap. Like,
Holy crap.
yeah, you'd think that, who plays any running back from Baltimore these days because it's just
Mhm.
so you just never know if Lamar's going to take off with it or, there's just so many mouths to feed, I guess.
Yeah,
But
a lot of mouths, a lot of weapons on that Ravens team, and I guess Derrick Henry hasn't missed a step.
mm-mm. No, no, I think he did. He wasn't it like the first or second play of the game, or at least the first drive where he like ripped off this huge touchdown run.
Yeah.
So that could have been a major reason why after that. But you know what? He's a Baltimore Raven, so kind of fuck him.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I
let's move
just
on.
roll my eyes. I,
Baker
yeah.
Mayfield.
Uh-huh.
Baker Mayfield's doing pretty good down in Tampa Bay. At least he's not on the Browns.
At
You
least he's
know.
not on the Browns. I think his success makes any anti-Brown fan happy.
Hmm.
Um, just to see him shine. So I think, has a lot of Pittsburgh area fans.
Yep.
Um, and especially because like Tampa Bay without like Brady or there's like no baggage. Like it seems like they're having fun down there,
Yeah.
and that's
Exactly.
like that division. Anything's possible.
They
That's
got
what
they're like almost the top one and two receivers down there. You got um uh uh Mike
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 Evans.
Evans and Chris Godwin are
Hmm.
like just going off. Both of them are doing really well. It's not like even a one, one's really getting the ball or not. They're both getting the ball and scoring points.
Oh yeah,
So Baker Mayfield's making that happen down there for them. Good play by Gage to play Baker Mayfield.
yeah. He's
Um,
he's
yeah.
smart. That Gage.
Yep. Hey, he can be. He can be. And finally, the number 5 top scoring player, Jared Goff. Craig using Jared Goff to start making his comeback, I think is what it is.
Yeah, that's a
So,
fantastic one too. Like whenever Green Bay has a bye, or I'm sure Jared took care of him while um Jordan was injured, but that's good
yeah,
2 quarterbacks to have on your roster.
it is. Yep. That's right. So, there's your top 5 scoring players. But let's get to the false starter, which is a big oof at the top.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That's
man.
that's I man, I can see why football players sometimes really hit the bottle because like
Hmm.
the people like ESPN, they'll posterize you like and they kick you while you're down. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's
sometimes even your quarterback will knock you
yeah.
out of the game even.
Oh yeah, no, poor Rasheed Rice. He
Ah. Well, I
he
mean,
is
you could say
supposed.
that, but also isn't there like some type of criminal thing going against him too?
Yeah, he it did a hit and run. I don't know if the person was killed, but yeah, he's one of yeah, I'm not gonna lose sleep over him
No.
hyperextending his knee, but at least for this part of the fantasy, I um Billy really took a
Yeah,
hit
yeah. But
when
this is
Rasheed
actually
took a hit.
Billy. That's Gage.
Oh, that's Gage?
Yeah, Billy's best team. Billy's best team is
Oh,
Billy.
oh, I see.
So we got Gage losing a top receiver of his without even getting any points whatsoever. So yeah, that makes him a false starter. Did you like that?
Yeah,
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
that is
Uh,
professional.
yeah. Next, Tony for Smegma Beach. I have to say it every time. I love it.
Mhm.
Smegma Beach. Who would have thought this? A false starter in Jared Allen.
Yeah, I know. He but like you never know with him. Like he could end up throwing 40 point game,
Hmm.
and then I mean their defense is so good that might not. Um, I mean this week was rough for the Bills,
Yeah. Hey,
but you know
can't
this was just like playoff um Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh. I said Jared Allen. I was, I don't know.
Oh, you did
The
say
beard
Jared Allen. I'm
don't-
staring at his face. I said, "Yep, that's Jared."
Yep, that sounds right.
I'm sure he's done some Subway commercials.
Well, third on the list. I don't even know if we really have to mention it or not. It's probably somebody's just we don't have
I
to say it.
it's
I mean, you
it's
can say
just
it. You can say
obvious.
it. I don't want to say it.
It's it's old Brees
Brees,
Hall.
Brees Hall.
So, yeah, poor fella. Was played in like the saddest game possible. So like,
Yeah,
unfortunately, Cressley, you took a real big hit when the
I
Jets took a big hit.
I did. But you have to play them. I just like you had to play. Josh Allen and Rasheed Rice. All three of those players he had to play. It wasn't like a
Oh
questionable
yeah.
play.
Mhm.
But it just sucks that they just didn't perform. However, luckily enough for me, I didn't need those 3.8 points to beat. Oh, what's his face? I don't even know. He's kind of gone off into fantasy football oblivion now. I just beat
Yeah.
him so badly.
If there was a sports cover page from tool shed, there'd be a picture of Drew with overrated question mark,
Overrated. You know,
and
since
that'd
we're
be clickbait.
yep, it would be. Yeah, I'll tell you what. It felt like you ever watch the movie 300? You
Oh
know,
yeah.
I felt like I was like King Leonidas going up against Drew, and Drew was Drew was the one guy.
Xerxes?
Nope, he was a little midget hobbled guy, and I said, "Get out of here! Don't you ever come back." But I
Oh,
guess now that you mention it, he was kind of like Xerxes too, in the same way where it's kind of like that. But I like to think of Drew as the little, you know, hunchback of Spartan.
respect me.
Yeah, exactly. And I said, "Get out of here."
Yes. We'll see if you guys switch roles on your rematch later in the season.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, I guess finally, let's hit this game changer guy here. Um, and that was one player's performance can determine an outcome, and this week it just happened to be Jordan Love for Craig's team against Petron's Taylor gang.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, on paper, Jordan Love shouldn't have had the week that he did, but luckily for Craig, Jordan Love doesn't focus on what's on paper. Their focus is on the field. The field gave them the opportunity to put up 43.05 points, and they took the advantage of it, doing what isn't expected of you and silence the doubters. That is a game changer.
Changer.
That was good, man. That was perfect. I like that. That was good.
Yeah.
So hey, those are some good points to touch on there. But we can just kind of quickly go over the scoreboard last week here.
Scoreboard.
Yeah. So I'll just go by the top of my list here, and we can kind of just do quickly, our thoughts on it. We can
Sure.
So we did start. Mine starts with my big matchup against Wade Bogstyles, Drew's team, and if you guys listened, I'm sure none of you guys actually listened to this at all. So, but there was a part in last week's episode where Drew kind of chastised me for playing the Titans defense. And didn't it come down to the Titans on Monday?
Oh boy, did it ever.
It did. So Sunday night, it was the night ended with Drew being at 119 without any other players, and my night ending at 114 with the Titans defense playing the next night on Monday night.
Wow.
And listen, I don't know if I felt good. I did not feel good about it. I didn't feel great. Let me say that. I didn't feel great about my chances because they were going up against Miami. I mean, that's why I played them, because they're going up against Miami. They're playing their third quarterback of the season, and so far the games that Tua hasn't played hasn't been very good for them. So I figured, hey, as long as they don't score a bunch of points, maybe I'll still get enough to beat Drew. And wasn't that the case? And the Titans actually came away with a fumble and a couple of sacks to get me. I think it was like 12 points. So
yeah.
boom.
Drew, take notes. That was expert, like 5D analysis on what defense to play and
Exactly.
and snagging Tennessee.
I called Tennessee up, the night before the game, and I said, "Hey, listen, I'm playing you guys on my defense. I need you to step up. Is this the right call?" And the Titans defense, all of them, it was on a group chat. They said, "Yeah, go with us. We're gonna do it." So
yeah, and I guess poor old Drew, I feel for him seeing this side by side. His Carson Steele play really
that was tough.
unfortunately buried him, and that's like he got negative 0.4 points as a running back. You don't see that at a Wade Boggs style.
No,
That is a rare occurrence. And so, if Drew starts someone like that, it's like, well, he's got to know something that we all don't.
you think, but he could have played Chase Brown and beat the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Chase Brown got him 23.2 points on the bench. He could have
Oh,
played Rico Dowdle. What?
I,
Oh,
I
Drew.
see. These are these games, and yeah, no, and I will be in Drew's seat. I have been in Drew's seat for at least 3 games where there's someone on the bench, and it is a toss up, and so
Yeah,
don't
it
blame
is.
him. Congrats, Cressley.
Yeah, Drew, you did put up a good fight, and you made it competitive for sure compared to some other games that have been decided. So,
Mhm.
so my hat's off to you for taking the L on this one. Next up, we got Gage versus Sean. Gage came away with the win.
Yeah,
Um, he even though what did he have? Didn't he have a false starter? I think.
he had Rashid Rice. Yeah, he had absolutely zero
Yep.
on his wide receiver 1 slot and
Man.
still came away with the win. And that's all because of Baker Mayfield with his damn near 40 points.
Yes. Yeah. That was is it luck or is it just picking the right player on that one? You know.
Yeah.
He could have went with Aaron Rodgers. Thank goodness he didn't because Aaron Rodgers had a poo-poo game for sure.
I'm just discovering for the first time that Gage is a little bit of a QB hog. He's got
Hey,
Geno Smith
Steven.
on the bench too.
Yeah.
He's got Geno, Aaron Rodgers, Baker Mayfield.
Oh man. Yeah, he's got two 30 scoring uh QBs on his team right now. That's wild.
Yeah. I'd like to play a game of spades with those 3 guys.
Oh yeah. That would be wild.
Yeah.
But
Sophomore year lunch.
oh yeah. Hey, listen
Uh,
though, the Lone Rangers, Sean didn't do himself any favors by playing Chandler and well, I mean, what else could you do? I guess I'm looking at his other running backs and not much else he could have really done that would have made a difference. Brandon Ayuk has not been good this year. Um, even when my Debo was benched,
mhm.
sidelined. I mean, he's still not producing. So I don't know what's going on with Brandon Ayuk.
I have no idea either.
Yeah,
It's like every single like scoring position player
it's
gets to this point in their like early 30s, late 20s where like there's some type of contract conversation, and I don't know how many people come away from those and have the best season of their lives.
yeah, yep. It's a shame, but yeah, Gage gets the win on that one. So good for you, Gage.
Good job,
Next
Gage.
up, listen, I'm sorry to bring it up because it's this is JJ. I mean, JJ needed a win,
Yeah,
but so did you.
I did
But
kind of. Yeah, no, it was must win, and I swear the it was. I mean, it lived up to the to whatever. It's not, I wouldn't call it hype, but you 3 last week talked about this possibly being the game of the week. And if we're talking
it's
about
whole,
competitiveness, not necessarily the high scoring, even though we both scored pretty high.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I it was a tough match.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, JJ can have his win. It's a long season, like you said, real way up top. And so I won't take it to heart. I just can't. I gotta win more than 3 games. I was telling Dan I forgot how bad I did last year until what's his
Mm,
face from Last Chance U blew up my spot.
uh,
Um, but so I I do have to do better.
it's still early in the year, and you could have won. You could have won is the thing. So
Yeah.
if you just would have had the right people on the thing. So that's the thing to take away from this. You could have won. It's just you probably played the matchups. You figured that out, and sometimes
Well,
that just doesn't
yeah,
work.
it just doesn't work. And sometimes when if I go off of vibes, that also doesn't work. Like um, Michael Pittman, the last 2 games has done was like not doing anything, even though he was like a top 3 round
Yeah,
pickup from me. His first 3 games are 7 points, 5 points, 7 points. So I was like,
yeah.
no, no,
And
we're
going
gonna
up against Pitt, it's like,
yeah
whew,
against the Steelers defense. I gave Rashid
Rashid
Shaheed a
Shaheed.
chance because
Yeah,
he was sitting on my bench doing double-digit games, and I was like, "No, he earned it." I gave
Mm-hmm.
him the
Yeah.
start, and that bit me, and also I had the other indie indie wide receiver Josh Downs sitting on my bench too.
Yeah.
He was never
Both
gonna
of
be a
them.
starter,
Yeah.
and he
No.
so yeah, shame on me for not trusting
Hey.
Joe Flacco, I guess.
I feel
Well,
like I probably would have made the same decisions that you made. So
yeah,
take that. But he had CJ, Stroud. He's
yeah. Mhm.
Brian Robinson Jr. is doing really well over in Robinson in Washington. Um, Gabe Davis didn't really do too much, but when you have a 30-point scoring uh, QB and a 20-some point scoring running back, then and also that Xavier Legette.
Oh, yeah.
I've got Deontay Johnson, and I think it's him and Legette are killing it right now with Red Rocket being under center. So
Have you heard Xavier talk?
no, I haven't.
He, I think, is the most Southern man
Oh
in the
no.
National Football League.
Oh, okay. We need to look him up. Then I'm gonna have to look him up. I want
Yeah,
to listen to him.
I believe he went to South Carolina, and he, yeah, I mean, he can start a fire with that like Southern drawl of his, just like
Oh
it's.
boy.
But he's real young, so like if you just hear him, you're like that guy can't be 21 years old or however old he is. But yeah, so no, JJ and Grace Jarris, they beat me by less than a point this week, and
Yep. Hey,
Inspector
it was
Gadget's gotta go back on the mat next week.
yeah. Listen, give it your all every week. You can turn this around. You do have a good team. You gotta get the right people on active.
Yeah, I
Um,
gotta get out of my own way, but that's the hardest thing about
yep,
fantasy football.
it is. You know what? I'm just looking at JJ's bench. He's got Devonte Adams on there. Did you see the news about him?
I saw like a couple teams, like Miami. Was it
Hmm.
Miami or the Jets? They were like interested in him.
So to go back a little even further, he for anyone who hasn't seen him, but I imagine everyone has probably if we're all kind of really into football right now. He has kind of doesn't he like request a trade pretty much,
Hmm.
and so who knows if like that groin injury really is a groin injury. He just didn't want to play. But
Yeah,
a buddy of mine at work said it was the Jets, possibly the Steelers even, but I
yeah.
don't know if he'd want to go to the Steelers.
I don't, I don't think so. And like that might be just like our office trying to drum up interest in like
Hmm.
all like the key player we need is just like another weapon, and then it's
Yeah.
game over, which would be
Yeah.
nice if we're being selfish. But I just can't see, especially if he couldn't play with an
Go
old
back to
quarterback. If
Rogers.
he goes back to
He,
Rodgers or even like
yeah.
to not North, New Orleans. If he goes
Yeah.
back to Derek Carr,
Yeah, exactly. That would be those are some good options for him. Imagine if he goes back to Rogers. They've got that Garrett Wilson out there, which is he's pretty good. I'll say he's pretty good. And then
hmm
he's also got Lazard out there, another, former Green Bay
yeah,
teammate. So that's a lot of mouths to feed over in Jets land, I guess.
yeah.
So but
Adams probably better than a Gabe Davis pick next week. But Gabe Davis is the hottest and the coldest item last year, and he burned a number of
oh,
times to have
oh.
to give all my faith to Gabe Davis. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, hey, good luck next week, man. That's all I can say. Good luck. And
appreciate it.
congrats, JJ, on getting to 2-2. He had a rough start to the season.
A
So,
little squeaker of a win. Yeah,
yep,
GG.
it was. Not so much of a squeaker of a win though. Blau going down. You know what? He probably shouldn't have bad talked Lamar Jackson so much. Uh
Yeah,
Xavier or Xander, you're not he must have been listening to the
yeah,
podcast
Xander.
here. So
That's what do they call that? Like, that's billboard material, not billboard material, that's, bulletin board material.
Mm,
Just
uh-huh. Yep. Just
picture
slapping that on the bulletin board and is like a big target around Dan now.
yeah,
Gotta get him.
it's the picture that you guys took for this podcast, and there's a big like, it's a dart right
Yep.
in his head, and you see Lamar
He's
just
going for
it's just
you.
yeah, there's just holes all around Dan, so you just see him grab the dart, walk back, and throw it again, right? But, like, he 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 wanted revenge.
I hope he put a heart around my face though.
Yeah.
Although I did kind of bad talk Baltimore as well, but I'm
Yeah.
just not maybe not as bad as Dan did.
He just got a Sharpie and drew a frown on your face.
Yeah, maybe frown.
So it's still like Cressley,
Yeah.
but
Oh. Okay.
not
All right. I'll
yeah.
take that too. I'll take that too. As long
No
as there's no
headshot.
darts on me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, Blau fell because he just does not have the running backs. You know,
Yeah.
that's it. It's tough because I remember last year at TNA, at T. I don't know. I don't know how to say his name.
Dan would be able to pronounce it right now.
Yeah, he probably would. He was projected to get 15 points. He only got half of that at 17, and then Ramondre Stevenson also projected to get 15 and a half, maybe 16, and got half of that as well at 8 points. So it's hard to win when, running backs this year have been the bread and butter for a lot of teams. And
Yeah, is the NFC East trash now, or the AFC East trash now?
it must be. It must be.
I
That's
mean,
rough.
yeah, that's
That's
a
rough.
crazy. Like, I wouldn't want to watch any of those games. I'd
Mm-mm.
rather watch the NFC South than
Yeah.
watch uh,
Yeah.
a Jets, Patriots, Miami division. I mean, the Bills are obviously. I don't like. It'd be fun to watch, of course, but it's still like top heavy because those
Yeah.
other teams. Like, if you're relying on Ravondre Stevenson to put points up,
This is exactly why he's in Canada right now. He's so ashamed of his
yeah.
performance. I would be too. I would be too.
Maybe
Oh
he'll.
man, Sam Laporta at least getting going a little bit, zero point 0.3 points above what his projection was. Take that. But I mean, who plays the Eagles against the Tampa Bay? That's that's going to be
Yeah,
a high scoring game. Oh.
yeah, I know.
He
That's
should
just
have streamlined. I mean, he doesn't do the streamlining defenses like everyone else does, I guess.
no, he doesn't. He just like sticks with his guns on D. But like the past 4 games, Philly has not shown that they're like any good, a Super Bowl team
Yeah.
or anything, unfortunately. But
Mm-mm.
defenses, it's not uncommon to just like yeah, in round like 9 or 10 of the draft, even like round 14, just like snag a defense before it's over.
Yeah.
So it might have been one of those things for Dan because he has talent. Unfortunately, Sam Laporta has been I don't know.
He
He's
shit the bed. He shit the bed. He was going into the draft. He was the number one draft pick under the tight ends, and I even considered picking him instead of Travis Kelsey at first, but
mhm,
I was like, Travis Kelsey, he's gonna have a good year. He's been in all over the place, and so I picked Travis Kelsey in order because I knew I wanted to just trade him away for something else,
mhm.
which I did, and it worked out really well for me. But yes, picking Sam Laporta so far hasn't been the greatest pick. So
Yeah, yeah, and so I feel for Dan. Like that's not Sam should be doing better. I don't know what he's doing. He's got I don't know if he's like in if his girlfriend or his wife or his partner is giving him shit at home, but he just something else is on his mind because he did so well last year. Or he has this. He must have like a slip disc or something. But
yeah,
he's
maybe
he needs to step it up for Brian Exotic.
he does. He does.
And Xander. I mean, we could talk about everyone but his quarterback, and still, I think
Oh,
he beat Dan's team.
yeah, yeah. What do you think he's gonna do about Tyreek Hill? You think he's gonna bench him this week?
What I think,
What would you do? I mean,
I
that's
probably. I mean,
give him one
I
more
would.
week.
I don't know, man. I would, but
Yeah.
this is the person that sat Michael Pittman Jr. That's my gut, and if we're working with karma, or if we're working with gut, at least from my
Yeah.
end, I feel like you think you
Yeah.
thought you've given him enough chances, and it's
Hmm.
like when if you're doing a multiple choice test, and
Yeah.
the past three have been B, so this one has to not be B. That doesn't mean that that's the case. Like, you have to look at each individual, like, matchup.
You do. You
Um,
do. But when you really don't have any other options, you just have to go by guts. Because like I'm looking at his bench right now, based off of this game last week. I guess I would have to go. If I'm not going to play Tyreek Hill, I would probably pick Jacoby Myers. Now that we're pretty much sure that Devontae's not going to play for the Raiders anymore. So
yeah, that's a good point. He's going against Denver next week too. Um,
yeah, yeah, that's a tough play. It is, but stranger things have happened, man.
I think Xander can manage that. We'll leave it up to um the winner of last week's game that to pick the right guy.
There you go, Gene. Xander, Gene's territory. There you go,
Yeah,
Gene's
there you go, Gene.
territory.
All right, Gene. Back to you, Gene.
Okay, all right. Just a couple more here. We got a couple more. This next game, you got Craig against Petrin. What are they now? They're both 2-2. Kind of close to the low end of the scoreboard though, rankings wise, but a tough game, close game as well. Maybe not as close as some other games, but
No.
Craig coming away with the win against Petrin.
Yeah,
You know,
and like these types of games, they do remind you that you might fuck up and make the wrong decision, but you never know what happens to your opponent's players. Um, like
exactly.
like um, old whatchamacallit,
Old Musket.
Craig
Yeah,
had Kyle Pitts do absolutely nothing for some reason.
yeah.
Um,
Who
and
would have
but luckily Petrin, for some reason, Lamar was allergic to flowers last week,
thought?
and
Uh huh.
only tossed to him once, so Petrin didn't have a dozen
That
points there to
that
back
was
him up. So,
yep. That was a good almost a cancel out right there. Unfortunately, Craig still played Calvin Ridley,
hmm
which didn't get him too many points. But the best thing that Craig did though to make up for those points was go with Jordan Love, and I mean he could have went with Jared Goff, and it would have been.
looks
Let's
pretty
see.
close, right?
Yeah, it would have been. I think he might have lost if he went with Jordan or Jared Goff.
hmm
I think that's
Oh man,
nuts.
if you squint in these with these percentages or these decimals, it looks like it'd be close. But
Yeah, yeah, yep.
it's all right. We gotta,
I'm past the point of doing math about it. I'm just gonna say if he went with with
yeah,
Jared Goff, he was gonna lose. So, so yeah. Hey, but good job, Craig.
yeah,
Nice win. Patron, you were close. You did the right things too. It's just Craig came away with a win.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Next game. I didn't realize it was this close until tonight when I looked at it. Holy shit.
It puts me and JJ's matchup to shame.
It does. Oh my God. Billy, you were so close. So close to getting the win. Trevin, listen, I'm still jaded when you fucking beat me 200 to 140 or something like that. So fuck you for that. But good job with the win. Barely
Barely.
0.15 points. Holy shit, that was a close match. Not super high score. I'd say it's a median scoring
Yeah,
amount.
both in
You
triple
know,
digits, so it's not like it
yeah,
was like a low scoring. It's
yeah,
just was evenly spread amongst all the positions, like
yeah,
pretty evenly spread, and like each of them had two real standout performers in Mike Evans and CeeDee Lamb, which
Yeah,
if you look at any like draft order sheet in the country, those two will probably be right next to each other anyways.
yeah, yeah, for sure. But they didn't. Their quarterbacks didn't do as well as they were projected to do,
Mm-mm.
which is weird. Um, Justin Herbert was hurt though, wasn't he? You know, he was.
He's nursing something, and
Yeah.
also playing against the Chiefs. I
Yep.
don't think anyone
Yeah.
scores more than 20 points against the Chiefs in this league.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It's
just the
a
rule they made up
combination of the Chiefs doing okay, defense doing okay, but their offense just has the ball all the time. It feels like.
all the time.
Yeah. It just smothers the other team's ability to get anything going.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, Kyler Murray not doing so great against Washington, getting the loss on that as well.
Well,
But
yeah, and like I don't blame like who was on his bench that he could have played besides.
he doesn't have a
He
QB
doesn't
on
have a
his
backup
bench.
QB. I
Mm-mm,
was gonna
no.
say because I wasn't gonna blame him for starting Kyler over Washington because like the commies have traditionally not had fantastic defense,
Mm-mm.
and they were playing away, but
Yeah,
they are they're real fun to watch right now.
they are. Yep, they are. Looking at Devon Achane, I'm glad he didn't have a very good game because there again was my Tennessee defense, you
Mhm,
know.
mhm.
But it didn't really matter when like you said, you have CeeDee Lamb on the team. He's got Marvin Harrison Jr. When Trevin beat me, it was that game where Kyler Murray threw 3 touchdowns to Marvin Harrison Jr. and they helped combine to
Wow.
help him get like the 200 points. So again, fuck you, Trevin, but
He's
good job.
yeah.
I mean, good job. uh, yeah, but you got Juwan Johnson from New Orleans on Billy's team. Not really doing too much, but I guess he's just grasping his straws because if you look at like the other players, they're not doing enough on his bench either to warrant changing what he has.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
he's in a tough spot. He's in a tough spot. This is his first year with us. I don't know if he's played, other years anywhere else, but and also, I mean, I think it's tough for all of us coming into making this a 14 team league. Everything's really spread out a lot now, and there's not a whole lot of extra talent available out there anymore
Mhm.
because we got those extra, the teams out there that are a little spread out. So it's kind of new for us too, a little bit.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
I mean, the things have definitely changed. I mean, you can tell because I'm currently number one right now, and that's that's a
Something's
major
off.
change. Yeah, something doesn't feel right.
So Venus is in retrograde or Saturn's in retrograde or
That's what it is. That's clear as it's the stars and the moons and shit, the planets. But finally, the last match here we're going over the top game of the week was Zegama Beach beating Smegma Beach.
Smegma Beach.
Smegma Beach,
Your
who, like
favorite
I said, yeah, won the team name for the year or for the week at least. But yeah, he just destroyed. Jimmy just destroyed Tony. Tony's not feeling too good, sitting at 1-3 right now as
No.
well. So, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, good company for me, but
yeah,
you
Tony's a
can't
nice guy to hang around with. I'll tell you that much at least.
you can't even I couldn't even be angry really at that point. Maybe I'd be angry if I was Tony. Like, I mean, I lost too, so I am angry. But like those 1 o'clock games when like those scores start slowly ticking towards your opponent, like, oh man. But
hmm
like when you come to this final score of Jimmy doubling your score, it's like, well, it's still just one loss on the scoreboard. So you gotta come back next week and
Yep. Yep. I mean, Tank Dell was out. AJ Brown has been out. Njoku was out for him. So, I guess he played what he had to play, and it's just 1 week for him. So
mhm.
You know, maybe he can turn around. Let's get you to turn that around. All
Yeah,
right.
that'd be awesome.
All right. Good deal. Well, there's your box scores from week 4. You know, it was a good week. It put me into first place. It's weird because I'm in first place in the power rankings because of the amount of points that I have, points for. But I'm also the only team that's a winning team that has more points against than points for. So again,
Wow.
fuck you, Trevor. Trevor.
I yeah, oh yeah, but that's yeah, those power rankings. I didn't budge, and that's okay because I was like I'm a bottom feeder, so I need to really um get a win for my power rankings to go up.
Yeah, you do. You do. You can
Working
do it.
on
I believe you. Let's see. All right. Well,
it.
then let's do a quick before we end it. Let's do a quick look at the coming up games here. I mean, obviously tomorrow is going to be the set of the first games of the week, but we'll take a look here. I got myself at the top. I'm looking at my screen here, so I'm going up against Craig this week. I'm projected to get 133, and Craig's only about 120 points. So right now it's looking good for me, but he's got Jordan Love, he's got Mason from San Francisco, and he's got who Jordan Love's going to throw to. He's got Reed down there. So,
Uh-huh.
um, but I got Joe Burrow. Feeling good about Joe Burrow now. I wasn't at the very first week.
I
Um,
know.
but Brees Hall, I'm hoping he's having a bounce back game. I know it's against the Vikings, and it's also at 9:30 in the morning on Sunday because it's over in England.
Oh no.
So
What
it's
does
like
that mean?
it's a lock in. You know, I
That's
don't
how.
care.
Yeah, right.
I have to. I have to do it.
Hmm.
So, um, but yeah, I'm looking at like if you look at the screen when you do the comparison, it's got like the green check marks on like who's got the better player position. You know,
Hmm.
um, I'm not trying to say nothing here, but you know,
Hey, this is ESPN talking. This isn't me
ex-
talking.
exactly. This is just ESPN saying that you know his only green check mark is the quarterback Jordan Love, who's currently questionable now. There's a Q by his name. What's that saying here? He was limited participant at Wednesday's practice.
Okay.
Wow, adding that Jordan Love's just getting back into the groove after returning from a 2-game absence to start Sunday's loss to the Vikings. Loves took some time to get going against Minnesota, but he finished blah 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 blah, and he's probably gonna make Craig lose this week, is what it says. So
Yeah, that last sentence really is damning for
it
Craig.
is. It was like in bold lettering,
Yeah.
2 type points above the rest of the.
Yeah. You'll
But
never sniff 40 points again. That's what they
no,
said.
yeah. So I feel pretty confident. I don't know who would you take in this one? The hot
You
takes here.
know,
This is gonna be hot takes.
well, unfortunately, my hot take would probably be, Craig would actually, despite ESPN claiming that um Craig's gonna lose this week in their because of Jordan's questionable, I think Craig's gonna come through. He's gonna start his because he can win games. Craig Biltz, if there's one thing I know about him is he can win football games. And this is the type of the season where he's gonna try to separate from the
Mm,
pack and get some W's
mm.
in preparation for the playoffs.
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed Anthony being on the show. I'm about to kick him off.
On
No, that's all right.
fire. The hottest of takes for at least
You
Cressley's seat.
you know what? Blau picked Drew last week, so I'll take that again. I'll do it again. I'll bring it on. Bring it on. Okay.
Uh,
All right. Next we got Sean's Lone Rangers versus JJ's Grace Chairs, and it's looking like JJ's predicted to win. Oh, uh-oh. Who just joined on? Who's just
who
joined
just
on?
what was that? Was that
Oh my gosh. You guys, he is just in time. He is
is there
just in
space?
time for the hot takes.
Hey, boys.
His ears were ringing.
Oh man.
Can
Here
you hear me?
is
Welcome to the tool shed, Blau.
Can you
Wow,
hear me?
You're gonna
Yeah,
have to
yeah, we
talk
can hear you.
louder. Nope, you can have to talk louder.
You can't hear me?
A little
What?
bit, a little more, a little louder.
My volume's the whole way up.
What?
Huh? Are you
Shut
there?
up. Shut up.
Hey, how much
Well,
French have you learned so far?
only how to put a P in a V, buddy.
Oh, hey, yeah. That's all
Uh-huh.
you need. That's all you need. I hope it works out for you.
It should. Yeah. So I'm international right now. I'm in Quebec City, Canada. I'm in the bathroom in our hotel, so Bridget can go to bed. And we have a heated, vibrant toilet seat I'm about to sit on while we record this.
Ooh.
I feel like the level of volume that you have right now is still not gonna help for Bridget to fall asleep.
Am I talking really loud?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Bridget, I mean, if she had some absinthe, she's in a different dimension right now.
She didn't have any, but she did.
Oh, she didn't have
crush,
any?
She did crush a couple whiskey shots, so I'll give her credit.
Did
Oh,
she?
hell yeah.
So,
Hell
She's
yeah.
always down. She's always game. That's what they say about Bridget.
Yeah.
Hey, babies with grandma, so we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Damn right. Take it when you can get it. And listen, I said at the beginning of this, I said you ran away to Canada because you felt so bad after your loss last week.
Well, yeah, I got crushed by Xander, and I'm not happy about it because obviously that was the hot take I made. I said I was going to win by, 30, Adam?
Yeah, you had it, but
And I think I texted you guys tonight and said I was going to have a drink for every 5 points Xander beat me by. So I have surpassed that limit as well. So
Damn.
listen, I'm just glad
That's
you're
a
here,
lot.
man. I'm glad you're here. Anthony's been carrying the show. I have not been very good tonight, so I'm hoping you can save me. But I mean, Anthony's got it. He's been a great guest tonight so far, and Drew was good last week. But Anthony's here right now, so I'm going to talk him up a bit. But we've made it to we've made it to the hot takes. We're right at the last part of the show here, the hot takes, and we've only done one hot take so far, and that happens to be Anthony choosing Craig to win over myself.
Well, that's a legit take. Although Craig has Jordan Love is questionable, and Craig has been. I'll be honest, I have not prepared for this at all, so I'm just talking out my ass right now.
You're flying off the seat of your toilet.
I'm flying out of the seat of my pants.
Yeah.
But
you don't have pants on. You're sitting on the toilet.
You don't have pants on.
I actually don't have pants on. I took my pants off. I'm looking at them on the floor of the bathroom. I'm sitting on the toilet peeing.
I mean, like,
got that
if I come home from work,
toilet water.
Yeah. Pants don't stand a chance if you're home.
This hotel is all electric. Like, I just press buttons and lights turn on and curtains open, and the toilet seat is like 98 degrees right now.
Oh man, what temperature is the bidet?
It's vibrating my butt. It's great.
Oh man.
Yeah, is the bidet heated? Because that would be.
That's top notch. That's top notch.
So there's a like a heater for the butt, a vibrator for the butt. And there's a bidet, and then there's a dryer on it too, so like I can dry my butt.
Nice. So I hear in Canada you actually turn the other way when you sit down on the toilet, like you face the top of it, so that you can use the toilet top of it as like a table, like you can put your food on that. So you're supposed to sit the opposite way. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm kind of straddling the toilet.
That's what they all do.
Okay. My phone on top of the tank, and it's actually a lot easier to manage. So
wonderful. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So,
but Adam, I see the old Musket is 2-2. You're still 3-1. I don't know that I can bet against you this week, Adam. You've got Burrow, who's coming around. Kamara's still there.
Yeah.
You got Swift, who looked good last week. Craig, you can never count Craig out. He always has a great matchup, but he has Mark Andrews, who hasn't done shit this year. He has a Dallas defense who sucks. Jordan Love. We'll see what he does. Who knows? But I don't know. I don't think I can bet against you, Adam, at all. So I'm
Oh, I
gonna.
appreciate that. Well, I'd actually appreciate it if you did bet against me because that's what you did last week and I won. So, if you would just do that again.
I guess I'll take Craig then. I guess we're going.
Thank
Anthony
you.
and I are going. Anthony and I are going
Yeah.
with our Duquesne brethren. So
Yeah.
There you
we'll
go.
both take
Thank
Craig.
you.
We'll both take Craig then. That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
13-point underdog, Old Musket.
Anthony,
Thank
who
you.
do you have this week? You have a big rivalry. Didn't you play Petrin?
Yeah, I play Petrin.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He
Uh,
he's also, I mean, hey, bring on the heat. This is the hot takes, man. And I was telling Cressley earlier that, these mistakes happen. Like these starts where I have someone sitting on the bench that like just off a vibe set, and it bites me. So I'm gonna throw my hands up, and I just have one of those rosters where I have a bunch of wide receivers that could get a lot of points if, depending on what side of the bed the quarterback slept on, like if they even want to throw to him, like Rashid Shaheed and Michael
yeah.
Pittman
Mm-hmm.
or Cole Kmet. If I got Cole Kmet on my bench. Like, what if Caleb wants to start feeding the Kmet machine?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
you also need a kicker. I'm looking right now.
Yes, I do need a kicker. That bastard. If that bastard scored, that bastard got 2 points last week. On the Eagles team that really underperformed. I like all that he had was 2 extra points. Didn't do anything else. And if he
Yeah,
did literally anything else, I would have won. But oh
I
well.
don't think there's any Eagles fans in the group here, but Eagles freaking suck.
Yeah,
Yep.
they do. IUP's finest coaching them.
Hey, but you got Purdy going, you got James Conner going, you got Chuba Hubbard, or however you say it. He's
Yeah.
looking good.
I
Chuba
did,
sounds pretty good. I like that. I like Chuba.
but like I got like Waddle sitting on my bench who's been absolutely
You can't play
ignored.
anybody from the Miami right now. You can't play anybody
Yeah,
from
you can't
Miami.
be. Yeah, you got to sit him on your bench, and looking at Petron's team, Anthony Richardson kind of stinks, so he's questionable this week. I think he got a hip injury last week against the Steelers.
Yeah.
So he's questionable. Who knows who's going to throw it to him? He's got Bijan Robinson who's half decent. He's got Rashad White. Who knows what he's going to do? It's. I think it's a. I'd give it a 50-50 matchup with you and Petron this week.
Yeah.
Anthony, but
Yeah. It might be closer than what they're projecting.
yeah, closer as Lee Corso would say, closer than the experts think. I think you're going to take this one, Anthony, by maybe 2 or 3 points. I'm going to say it's going to be the closest matchup of the week, but I think you're going to pull a win over Taylor Gang. He's going to go to 2 and 3, be a little disappointed. But I'm looking for a competitive matchup between the two of you.
Yeah, I hope so too. I thought I was the closest match with JJ last week, but after Cressley and I went through the scoreboard, there were a lot of close matchups this week.
Trevin and Billy had like a 0.15 difference.
I think we called that too, Adam, as one of the big rivalry matchups for last week. So I think
yeah.
I think our take there was half decent, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see how close this is. Appreciate the support, Blau.
I always support my friends from Duquesne. So
Cressley.
Yeah.
What's your take?
I think I picked Petrin the last week or the week before when he was up against Drew, and he lost to Drew. So, but I think I'm going with Petrin this week. If he doesn't play Richardson, he's going to play Caleb Williams. Maybe Caleb Williams will turn it around out in Chicago. So,
well, me and Petrin are two customers of the Cressley General Store. We both traded with you.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Nosh he's bound for a touchdown. I think he's going to be bound for a touchdown. I'm not trying to sway you to play him this week.
But that's the type of shit that fucks me up, Cressley. I have him on the bench right now to put Jared Downs in the flex spot to like offset any Richardson touchdowns. But Najee could break off 110 yards and a touchdown.
I think you and I are doing the same thing because obviously I gave you Nosh and you gave me Pickens, and I think we're both playing him on the bench, and it's going to be a positive for the Steelers because now they're both going to go off.
Yeah, maybe that's the type of solace we'll take.
Yeah.
So wait, who are you playing this week?
I think I'm playing.
Craig. That's right, you got Craig.
Yeah. So
yeah.
But
Yeah.
all right, guys. So let's do real quick here. You got Sean versus JJ in a low scoring kind of game, but JJ's technically supposed to come out on top, judging by projected totals. I'm going to take JJ on this one.
Yeah.
I'm going JJ. I'm going JJ as well. It's hard to bet against Sean because he's always such a perennial performer, PP.
Yep.
But it's hard for me to bet against a Bell Township brother in JJ. So I'm going JJ this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he's listening to the episode, I think if Austin Eckler comes back, you could take Cordell Patterson off your lineup, and you might have a fighting chance. But JJ's team, I think, has a higher ceiling.
Yep, and for Sean, Brandon Ayuk is just doing shit, and I think he's going to continue to do shit. So
yeah.
Yep. All right. Then we got Xander versus Gage. And I don't know. Maybe Gage hasn't updated his list yet, or is Gage have some players on bye? But yeah, Gage is projected to lose by like over 15 points. I think 20 points.
Gage has Mixon questionable, Singletary questionable, Robinson questionable. He's gonna have to make some adjustments to his lineup. Yep. I think he has Saquon Barkley on bye, so that makes sense that he has to replace a couple of people, and he also lost Rashee Rice.
That's true. That's true.
I think he has an ACL. So Xander's minus 20 right now. So Gage is going to have to definitely make some adjustments, but I just got crushed by Xander. I think he's in the hot streak right now. So yeah, I'm taking Xander.
I think Xander's going to have to do something about Tyreek Hill. I don't know if I would play. We touched on this earlier. He's got to do something about Tyreek Hill.
I don't think you can bench Tyreek Hill. He was a second overall pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but Miami's just not doing enough. Jacoby Myers is moving into a number one spot, but it is against Denver. So,
Denver's hot right now. Denver's won 2 in a row. So
yep.
Who knows?
That's a tough call. It's tough.
And Jacoby Myers doesn't have a quarterback either. So
no.
My thing is Tyreek Hill can run, and he can run faster than any quarterback in the league. So you could put like Petrin or Jimmy out there, and they could throw a touchdown to Tyreek Hill. So,
well, I think Jimmy's too busy concussing people out on the field if he's out there. So
Jimmy has been known to throw some concussions around on
I'm pretty sure he's the one who hurt Rashee Rice.
Yeah, Jimmy tore Rashee Rice's ACL. He gave down his magnus a concussion, and he's probably been responsible for a few concussions around the league because his skull is harder than rock.
It is.
So he just takes people out.
He blindsides people.
He blindsides people, but that's not blindside blocks are not. I can't even talk right now. Are not illegal in the Turkey Bowl, so he's allowed to do it.
Exactly, he's going to do it. So.
No, chefs at home with their family, and or the refs at home with their family, so no one's calling blindside blocks.
No.
And Jimmy jumps on that opportunity.
Yeah.
We never really liked Dennis Mangus anyway, so he concussed him. It was hilarious. He feels bad about it. I'll laugh about it till the day I die because who gives a fuck about that guy?
Still concussed to this day.
Yeah, he probably is because he's stupid.
All right. Okay. So next we did Petrin versus Anthony. We know what this is. So we'll move on. We'll move on to Trevin versus Blau, man. Oh, it's up to you to stop Trevin, but and I think this will be the fourth time I've said this. Fuck you, Trevin, for scored 200 points against me.
Yeah,
They give me,
if Trevin was Beetlejuice, he would have shown up in
yeah,
your front at your front door by now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've got to be like the only first place uh team that has more points against than they do points for. So that's all right.
Yeah, this is
I'll
like
still take it.
this is like a Punksy versus Brookville rivalry between me and Trevin. He's my
Yeah.
he's my oldest friend since second grade.
Yep.
You know, we've talked a lot of shit on each other around the years, but I don't have a tight end this week. I don't have a I don't have a kicker this week. I have a I have backup running backs going, so my team is shit. So I'm gonna have to pick up some people on the waiver wire. I'm gonna have to pick up some people on free agents tomorrow because I put 3 waiver wire claims in last night before we left on our trip, and I didn't get anybody. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do some deep digging here and just pray that I get a legit performance. Luckily, I got Daniels is great from Washington. I think he's the number 2. I think he's the number 2 quarterback ranked in the league in the NFL right now. Stevenson from New England, I just read an article this week that he's going to get benched because of his fumble issues. So I might even be screwed there. So I'm probably gonna have to hit. I'm probably gonna have to hit the waiver wire, and I'm gonna have to look at the trades because I have nobody this week. But I'm not gonna bet against myself. You never know.
It's a winnable game. It's a winnable game if you can get the right people in.
Yeah, Trev has a good team on paper, but he's always been intimidated by me.
Right, Dan.
Going back to the kickball fields from 5th grade, so I'm going with myself. I'm going to say I'm going to win by 5. I'm not going to make a big hot take like last week.
all right. Well, I'll take Trevin this week. Just so I can be wrong.
There's a hot take to do a hot shot. I'll give you Najee Harris and Cole Kmet for Jaden Daniels.
Oh man.
And I'll take Jaden Daniels and somebody.
Oh man.
I'm gonna have to counter that, but let me crunch some numbers here before I go to bed tonight.
Oh man, God, live on the spot trade talks. Wow.
I respect you for putting me on the spot there. I should have just said yes for that.
I mean,
get him while he's drunk. Is that what you're trying to do?
I'll take Ramondre off your hands.
I like to get Dan nice and drunk before I offer any trades.
Yeah, and I got quarterback. I'll replace Jaden with somebody. But who knows? This is just keeping things interesting. I'm 1-3. I love all my guys. I drafted my guys for a reason, but something's got to change, and I'm not losing my job. I can't lose my job. Even though my wife, this is the first year that she's doing fantasy football, she's the only 4-0 team in my other league.
Oh, geez, get her on.
I know.
She's next week's guest.
Julie's gonna come on, and she'll be like, she would have said exactly what you said. Is like, she has Joe Burrow. She's like, Joe Burrow is supposed to be good. Why isn't he doing well? And I was like, Julie, I don't know why he's not doing well.
This is how it is every year.
Yeah, or she'd like all these 1:00 games will go, and she's like, oh, Saquon's not like Saquon's. What is this? Saquon score better, and then like she'll go to bed and wake up. It's like he has 26 points. Like, oh, I won.
Yeah, you got to wait till the 3rd and 4th quarter for real points to happen.
But yeah, I'll ask Julie what her availability is because she can really analyze her specific lineup.
Yeah.
But yeah,
maybe she could judge our team names as well. That'd be fun.
I'm curious why you want Daniels if you have Brock Purdy on your team, though.
Yeah, I know. I just my backup, my backup to Brock is
you don't have a backup.
That's the thing.
Is nobody.
That's like there's gonna be a week if I'm desperate for even making the playoffs and I can't pick up a QB. I just have
I'll take Rashid Shaheed and James Conner for Daniels.
Don't do it.
That is, yeah, that's rough. You might have to.
I might have to veto that one. Just because I just want to veto something. I don't know.
Yeah. I might have.
I'll
you
throw
guys-
someone else in.
Yeah. No, I mean, mull over it, but that's a very interesting counter. It tickled my funny bone, but
Yeah,
but
a little
we can keep the conversation bubble open in the
Yeah.
next 24
tickled
hours.
that area between the bowels and the butthole.
Yeah.
We'll chat offline, like us corporate lackeys would say. So
Okay. All right. There you go. That's some live trade talk right there. All right. Let's get to the last two ones here. Smegma Beach. Smegma. Love it every time. Versus Billy. Billy's best team. Both 1 and 3 teams. The 13th and 14th placers. Tony could be looking to get his number 2 win on this. Billy's gotta find a way to step up though.
yeah, Tony confused the hell out of me making a very similar play on words to Jimmy's team. I don't know if he's trolling on that. We might have to get him on to explain the name change.
We could go over this again, Anthony. This is a perfect opportunity. Do you know what the Smegma thing is for Tony?
It sounds familiar, Cressley, but
Yeah,
you'll have to enlighten me.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Blau, do you know what that is? The Smegma? Yeah, no, obviously it's the play on Jimmy's because that's what he was last week. But the Smegma is really, instead of a Z, it's an S. And Smegma is a natural, harmless, and odoriferous substance that builds up in the genital area of both male and female mammals. So that was his name.
Was that on your SAT? Was that on your SAT prep test at Punxsy
I
High?
think that's actually gonna be on the $1 million question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, if that's still on. So
yeah, I don't think I learned that in high school. Maybe on like RedTube or something, but
yeah, definitely RedTube. That's a hot question or a hot keyword to type in on RedTube.
Yeah, I didn't know Tony was such a science aficionado. So
yeah. Well,
what's RedTube? Is that some type of like plumbing forum or?
It is. It's like just red. It's all about red tubes.
Got it.
That plumbers use. So check it out.
I'm not a plumber, so I don't need to go onto redtube.com.
No, you should check it out. Use code Dan Blau for 20% off give me a membership.
You'll get all kinds of pipe from that. Trust me.
Okay. Here we go. I'll give it a shot.
I'm picking Tony for this one, unless Billy can figure out something to do with his lineup because he's not even hitting the 75 mark at the moment. So,
right. he's missing a quarterback and a running back. He needs.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, he needs he needs to put a running back and a quarterback in there, and it might be a little closer. But
yeah, Billy, if you're listening to this tomorrow morning, you got to do this. Yeah,
I think I'm going Tony in this matchup this week too. His teams too. On paper, his team's a lot better than Billy's. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go Tony.
Yep. Good deal. All right, finally we got Jimmy's Zegama Beach. This is the big matchup of the week. This is gonna be it. Zegama Beach versus Wegbog style. Drew versus Jim. Two big second place Jim and fourth place Drew. So that's
Bridget walked in on me sitting on the toilet podcasting. She's just having like a little heart attack laughing right now, so I'm a little distracted.
Listen, do you have to spread the legs to make room for the toilet for her to go?
No, I'm laying in bed now, and she She came in begging for a second kid, so I had to put my pants back on.
Okay.
The absinthe and the red wine is flowing.
It was absinthe and whiskey and beers and shots. I acted 26 instead of 36, which is
may as well be at Towers.
Might as well be. Get some of that late night food. Give me the shits in the morning.
Well, I hope she gets to play with your boobs all night tonight, Blau.
I hope she does too.
Bridget, big spoon bridge.
Big spoon bridge.
She better be.
Hey, ask her who she's taking. Is she taking Jimmy or Drew for the matchup of the week?
Bridget, Jimmy or Drew this week in fantasy? She goes Drew. She doesn't bet against
That's a hot
Drew.
take. That's a hot take. That is a hot take.
She's been
I know
following.
her and Drew are homies though, so
Yeah.
I didn't doubt her picking that. They're homies. They get along. So
Okay.
she's rolling with her homie this week.
All right. I'm gonna take Jim. I'm gonna go with Jim. Although he's in second place, he's currently my biggest rival so far. For the placements and all that, for the power rankings. But I'll take Jim in this one.
I think Jim's gonna keep climbing the mountain, and he had nothing against Drew or Wade Boggs, but
I'm so
he's got the chills over there looking at Jimmy's team.
Yeah, he does. So, boom. There's your hot takes, everyone, and that's
This is probably gonna be the best matchup of the week.
It is. This is the one to watch. This is the one that they're gonna write about in the ESPN app after it all. I bet.
Yeah, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't bet against Drew. I know it bit me in the ass last week, but I'm taking Drew. Because Brittany Mahomes, is it Brittany Mahomes, the name of Patrick Mahomes' wife? Is it Brittany?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she said she's gonna give us her OnlyFans password if Drew wins. So we're pulling for Drew.
Oh, did she?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I like Sam Darnold as a quarterback, so I'm going with Jim.
Yeah, but you couldn't even name who Sam Darnold is, who has in his room at night. So
that's true.
At least we know Brittany Mahomes, although she's not the most stunning person in the book, and Taylor Swift hates her now because it's a Republican versus a Democrat. But I'm still going Drew.
Yeah, no, that's like sound logic.
All right. Well, hey, that's a pretty good show, man. Anthony, you killed it. This is awesome.
Thanks for having me.
on.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. Thanks for filling in, Anthony. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry I was late. No. Thank you for waiting for me.
Oh yeah, I would have put my phone on silence if I was out in Quebec. Said, Cressley, you got it.
Yeah,
but I'm glad you got to come join us at the end.
Yeah, I am too. I'm glad you were able to jump in and give your 2 cents on everything. Anthony, do you actually listen to the podcast every week? Have you listened to the last one?
I haven't listened. I didn't listen to the last 10 minutes. But I do listen weekly. What do you need the last 10 minutes to get to monetize it?
That's exactly when. Exactly. Yeah.
At the 36-minute mark.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to get sponsors so we can afford the cameo for next year's draft. Where we're getting the unforgivable guy.
Yeah,
no, Drew. I missed the end of the last one, but I've been listening.
Okay, good. I'm glad everyone is having fun with this. And well, since you didn't, I don't know if you've caught the last minutes of the last two, but we like to end the show with hey, this has been because you know what? Oh shit! That reminds me, we didn't say it at the beginning. We didn't say let's check out what's going on. All right, you guys, get ready. You got to say it
behind the
tool
shed. It gets worse every time.
That was an echo. Behind the. Well, then what did we say at the end?
Frig off.
Frig off.
Frig off, Anthony.
Frig off.
Frig off, Anthony.
I'm so thankful. I don't care if I go 3-11 every week. I'm so thankful that Frig off survived.
Frig off.
At least you have Frig off.
At least we have Frig. Yeah, my legacy.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Frig off.
Frig off, guys. Frig off, guys.